First it was fires, now get ready for flash floods. That's the warning.
Some big changes to our weather now for this upcoming week. Skies will be pretty similar to the ones behind me. Some big thunderclouds will be developing pretty much anywhere, certainly across England and Wales. And it'll be cooler for many northern and western parts of the country.
Hello, good afternoon. What we can be pretty sure about over the next few days is that it will be turning cooler across the capital and that there'll be some thunderstorms around at times. But what's very uncertain is how many thunderstorms we'll see and where exactly they'll crop up. Many of us will just stay completely dry. There is, however, a Met Office weather warning in place for thunderstorms today, tomorrow and for Wednesday as well. Where we do see the thunderstorms, there could be some very high rainfall totals, lots of energy in the atmosphere at the moment. The winds are light, the showers will be slow moving, and because the ground is so hard and dry, the water won't soak through, so there could be some surface water flooding.
Now, if you struggled in the heat, you're not the only one. Look at this little poppet there. Over the next few days, not as hot, but still warm, still quite humid, more cloud as you probably noticed, but there will be a few sunny spells. Of course, the main talking point are these thundery showers. Now, they are going to be hit and miss, but there's a warning in place until Wednesday because there could be a lot of rain in a short space of time. And as I've been saying, with the ground almost like concrete, it's been so dry, and the concrete as well, that could lead to some surface water and potentially some localised flooding. So do take care if you get caught in one of those downpours.
Heat waves to flash floods now. Yeah, absolutely. You certainly got the message, George. And over the next few days, there's certainly a risk of showers and thunderstorms. Not everybody will get them. And of course, we don't want them to be too heavy and to bring too much rainfall in the short space of time. But that, unfortunately, is the nature of storms. But the winds are coming off the Atlantic, and that means fresher conditions. Here's the rainfall accumulation over the next few days. So it does look like rather a lot of rain in some northern parts of the UK. But if we zoom in, even though it does look like the rainfall's widespread, this lighter colour of blue, that cyan colour, isn't actually much rainfall at all, just a few millimetres. And the computer tends to sort of average out the rainfall over the area. So there will be some spots that will not get much rainfall at all. And then your city just down the road could get a downpour. So hit and miss showers, that's the story.
Hello there. We've had an amber warning in force across parts of Cornwall and Devon during the afternoon period into the evening for the risk of some thunderstorms, frequent lightning, torrential rain, and we're likely to hold on to thundery downpours across more southern parts of the country through the evening period and also overnight.
With the thunderstorm warnings still in force across the UK, let's return to Becky, who's in Faversham in Kent at a specialist garden centre. And Becky, as the country heats up, do you think we're going to see fewer examples of that traditional country garden that we're famed for?
Well, I think it's very possible. Here at Faversham in Kent, it's one of the driest spots in the country. So far in August, they've had no rain at all. So that is pretty much as dry as you can get. And unsurprisingly, needless to say, with those summers getting hotter and drier, and with a hosepipe ban in place, gardeners are increasingly looking towards alternative fauna and flora that can survive, even thrive in this new, rather more Mediterranean climate.
Big, luscious green-leaved plants, the perennials and bedding plants that are quite traditional, people would have grown for years and years, but these wilt very quickly. So the Mediterranean plants, which have smaller leaves, the colour's generally different as well. They're tending more silvery in colour. They respond well to warm weather and drought. So the landscape of the look and the size of plants has changed quite considerably because they need less water and they can cope with the heat better.
So ironically, as we've been talking so much about droughts, it might be worth considering, if you're a keen gardener, definitely the drainage situation. I do realise how strange that sounds because we do have thunderstorm warnings in place. They are very hit and miss, but where those thunderstorms do occur, we are going to be getting some torrential bursts of rain, which lead to potentially localised flooding and difficult driving conditions. Let's have a look at the detail. So good news for those who are looking forward to an end to the relentless heat. It is going to be hot and humid for the next 24 to 48 or so hours, but then it's a mixture of sunshine and thundery showers, gradually turning it cooler as we look ahead to the next few days. Now we have a thunderstorm warning in face. It does cover much of the UK, and as I say, those thunderstorms very hit and miss. Not everyone get them. They are by nature very localised indeed, but where they do occur, we're going to be seeing some absolutely torrential downpours of rain. So let's have a think about this evening and overnight. Well, there is actually some, dare I say it, frontal rain on the cards. That high pressure area has moved off the scene. It's opened the doors to the Atlantic, and at last we've got some rain bearing frontal systems starting to move in. Now admittedly, most of that steady rain that we so desperately need is going to be affecting more northern parts and central parts of Scotland. Elsewhere there is going to be bits and bobs of rain, but mostly it comes in the form of those thunderstorms and those heavy showers, and still quite a hot and steamy sort of night in the south. Now, if we look ahead to tomorrow, once again, we've got that occluded front continuing to march south and southeastwards across the UK. But as it starts to hit those most dry areas, we are expecting it to sort of fizzle out. It's too warm. The rain will evaporate before it hits the ground. And then once again, we've got the risk of those thunderstorms and the showers. So we are expecting the chance of rain. But over the next few days, things really starting to cool down with a high of around 25 as opposed to 35 by the end of the week. So a bit of respite is in store at last for those who have been melting into little drippy puddles over the last few days. You've got to hand it to me, all those rain dances are finally paying off. I think it's strictly next for me. Back to you.
You never know, Becky, you never know. Thanks very much for that.
Hello, thank you, Tara. Well, I don't have any dragons for you, but I do have some rather beastly thunderstorms. Looking out from Greenwich, here are some of the storms just forming across the east. We didn't really see any within the London area quite yet, but I'm going to go a bit left field now and show you one from Colchester. Yes, it's not in London, it's in Essex, but I think by this time tomorrow we'll actually be seeing plenty of thunderstorms from the London area in our weather watcher pictures. So let's take a look at what's going to happen for tomorrow. So there will be a lot more thunderstorms around, and it will certainly be feeling cooler as well. In fact, where we do see the thunderstorms, there's plenty of energy in the atmosphere at the moment, and they will be very slow moving because of the light winds. So we are expecting some intense downpours, high rainfall totals, and because that ground is just so hard and so dry, then I think there could be quite a lot of runoff, so lots of surface water around. A Met Office weather warning in force, valid until Wednesday, of course. Take care. Goodbye.